Hey guys, it's Josh here from Red Billy. I just want to start off by saying that this is all entertainment purposes. Everything you see here is just a skit. It's just for fun. I wanted to have an honest conversation with really all the people who are viewing this on YouTube or whatever platform and kind of get to the bottom of why we stigmatize cannabis so much. I'm obviously a very huge advocate, not just because of my company, but because I also use it medicinally. And something that concerns me is that we stigmatize cannabis so much in the mainstream world. You know, it's seen as something that is for drug dealers or crime syndicates, people who are pushing stuff underground, whatever, in whatever state, federally, however that works, you know, across borders, narco gangs and stuff like that. We don't use the right terminology in the mainstream for cannabis when comparing it to other things. You know, we call it a drug, an abusing substance, whatever, however you want to word it. And the truth of the matter is that there is actual medical use for this. You know, here in Oklahoma, we do our thing. We have, it's, a medical state. It's not recreational, which was what our last video was about, if you watch that. And we're just trying to get to the bottom of how can we change the viewpoint of what we're doing here. You know, this affects our lives greatly, obviously working in this industry. And it just seems really bizarre to me, just on an open, honest level, of why do we allow people to party every weekend and drink alcohol, and, we control that substance and tax it so much. And there's dry counties and counties that, like in Arkansas, that do that stuff. And what's wild to me is that we allow pretty much anyone to go get it. We know it causes liver damage, it causes damage to the organs, systemically it causes, a lot of problems on a cellular level, all the way to actual functionality, your personality, how it interacts with you as a person. And it can change people's view of you if you are actually addicted and having a substance abuse problem with alcohol. I mean, I guarantee you could probably name somebody or a couple people that have alcohol-related substance abuse problems, and we don't really do anything about that. And I just think it's a shame that we openly talk about alcohol and the consumption of alcohol, drinking wine at dinner and stuff, but when it comes to smoking weed or consuming cannabis in any form, it's considered taboo or strange. And I think it's more of a cultural problem than anything else. I think medically we have studies on this, and we'll make another video down the road kind of going over those studies and the pros and the cons medically and how it actually affects you and the scientific, properties and data. But this is just more of an open floor discussion. I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. Share this video to people like and subscribe if you guys enjoy this. But like I said, I just want to open it up and kind of get everyone's opinion, see where do we stand as a country, and can we actually make a change? Like, we tried the SQ 837, didn't seem to go our way. They just counted them up, and we were short probably about 1,000 votes, and it's its own thing, whatever. But I think more on a nationwide level, we just need to talk about this more. We need to have more scientific studies and really get to the bottom of it and allow people to do what they want to do. Ultimately, this comes down to freedom of speech, whether it be on this platform or whatever platform, or just openly in commons. Shouldn't be able to get arrested for saying that you smoke or something like that. Is just ridiculous. And it's abuse of our rights and stuff. And I think that in the same way that I fought for rec here, and we will continue to fight for rec, we want to push and fight for the rhetoric in the public view. I think it's a little ridiculous. We're still, 2025, we allow all these other things, and we don't allow the consumption of cannabis in a recreational setting for adults. What are we doing? We allow a lot of crazy stuff in this country, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. We won't get into that, obviously. But, I just want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I appreciate you. Peace.